Star News is getting back to basics. We're going to start featuring the towns that made us and give you a little bit more information about where they came from. We start off with Stoneville, North Carolina. Mayor Kathy Stanley Galvin loves her hometown.
I believe service above self, and I believe that every day. I put this community and this town first. I have a love for this town and a love for the community.
You might not know this, but Stoneville got its start from horse pasture, Virginia. Here's Bill Knight.
John Stone, his wife Matilda, had 8 boys and 2 girls. They moved to a 200-acre farm just south, maybe a mile south of Stoneville, from just south of horse pasture, Virginia. That's where the Stone name came from originally.
Perry Webster has worked all across Rockingham County, but he really calls Stoneville home.
I'm an interim town manager for the town of Stoneville now. I'm also a pastor of a church here in Stoneville, Greater Burning Bush Independent Holiness Church. I've been there 16 years. I also work for Perry and Spencer Funeral Home in Madison and Eden.
Right.
So just a busy, like to stay busy.
But you gotta love it, though.
I love it. I love all these jobs that I have one thing in common. You're helping somebody. You're helping people.
Right.
And that's what's made the difference. That has caused me to be successful in law enforcement and in a community, in our churches, is the feeling that you help somebody. Sometimes it's only listening to what they have to say. There may not be anything that you can do about what they're complaining about or what they're talking about, but they feel better when they leave you because they found someone who would listen.
March 20th, 1998. The clock still holds the time. That's when the tornado hit.
This town has just been devastated. The tornado came right through the middle of town. As you can see, this building was just almost demolished here. Over here to my left, looks like a garage was just torn to shreds. This place has just been devastated.
I was working at Eden at the time with Karastan, and when I heard it, I really didn't believe it.
Right.
And then when, my dad was traveling, he was a truck driver with Roadway, and he was in a hotel room, and he cut the CNN on, and he heard where the tornado had hit. That was before cell phones, so he called home to make sure we were okay.
I think it just proved to people how close-knit Stoneville really is, and how we still come to the rescue of people that are not as fortunate or going through some things that we did. We lost life in that tornado, and I think that still today when you mention the tornado, that it's not the devastation of the buildings that people think about first. It's the families that it affected by the loss of life.
Of course, Stoneville's been here a while, so it may have a few infrastructure problems. Councilman Johnny Farmer says we need to focus on that.
The town of Stoneville, you see we were incorporated in 1877. A lot of our infrastructure is aging. One of the things that we've done in some of the past administrations is that we worked on replacing sewer lines. We've gotten several millions of dollars through grants and loans and everything to upgrade our sewer. So our sewer system is getting it in really, really good shape. Now we've got to do the same thing with our water system. We've got to upgrade our water lines, and we're in the process of applying for some grants to do that. And another big infrastructure that a lot of people forget about, but most people notice all the time, is your roads. And we do have some roads that go through town that are state maintained, like Business 220 and Highway 770. Those roads are pretty much maintained by North Carolina Department of Transportation. But all your side streets and where your residential communities are, those roads are the responsibility of the town of Stoneville.
To bring more culture to Stoneville, they're tearing down the old school and making a community center. And Pastor Kenneth Moore is all behind it.
We are tearing down the old school that has stood there for many, many years, and I think it was a little bit of a culture shock when people rode by and saw that the building was being demolished.
Little change.
But change is necessary. It's been an eyesore, if you will, for a long time. The gym is salvageable, and our goal is to remodel the gym and add a wing onto the gym that will have conference room, a commercial kitchen. The gym will serve as a place for recreation, but also be a place for large banquets. I'm excited about what it's going to bring to Stoneville, and of course, it will increase the value of all of that property around there.
One of the big tourist attractions in Stoneville is Debbie's Restaurant, and it does have a Martinsville Speedway connection.
We fixed their chili and their slaw and all that, and we real proud of what we've done with the Speedway. They were very good people to work with, and we still work with them, of course.
So if you're thinking Stoneville, here's the pitch from the mayor.
I would love for anybody that's listening just to come here and visit Stoneville. We have so much to offer. We've talked about the famous tenderloin biscuit dipped in gravy. I'm pretty sure I did help start that. Right, Titus? We've got Hunley's and the Hunley's hot dogs, the Hunley's hamburgers, if you need fresh meat from Hunley's. Stoneville has 7 churches, so we have a church for any kind of person that, whatever church. We have a Rotary Club here that I would love. We meet on Thursdays at 6 o'clock at the event center. We have that. So we would just love you to come to Stoneville and see what all the excitement's about every week and every day. Look forward to seeing you in Debbie's and Hunley's. Thank you.